Hello, I am making Nien Gao, a Chinese dessert made during Chinese New Year's. What you see in front of you is the basic ingredients. It is 2 cups of water, 1/4 cup of oil. In the red dish is sesame seeds. There's 1 pound of glutinous rice flour and 1 pound of brown sugar, which is cane sugar. It's in a solid form. The method of preparing this is boil water and then add the sugar until dissolved. Cool the water and stir into the flour until smooth. You'll get a light brown mixture and then you'll stir in the oil. Grease the pan and fill it and then steam it on low for 4 hours. And then when you pull it out, you put the sesame seeds on top. What you have here is the brown sugar being dissolved in the hot water. Do this until it all breaks down and it's just a clear liquid. Right next to it is the sesame seeds, which I brown. Preferably I like to brown it because it gives a little better taste to the dessert, and it's kind of the traditional way of doing it. What you have here is the brown sesame seeds, which I've put in a pan and heated up. It took about 5 or 10 minutes on low. I'll leave that on the side. I took the brown sugar water and I put it in a bowl, another bowl. And instead of waiting for the solution to cool down, I put the bowl into an ice bath to quickly bring it down. I didn't want to wait another couple hours for this to cool off, so this is my way of speeding up the process. Well, what I have here is the cooled down brown sugar water, and it's pretty much room temperature. And then I have the glutinous flour in a bowl, and what I'm going to do is start to incorporate it into the flour. I'm going to put a little bit in at a time and then mix it up. And then you can see what it looks like. So as you see, it's starting to become a caramel colored mixture. It's once it gets fully incorporated, I'm going to add the salad oil. So you can see it's fairly well mixed. And now I'm going to add the salad oil. It looks pretty good. What I have here next is the pot with the steamer. It's filled with water, and I put a grid under it, or a little frame on the bottom side, as you can see, to hold up the pan. I don't want the pan to sit in the hot water. I want it to sit above it and allow the steam to cook it. What I'm going to do next is take the tray, the cake pan, which the solution is poured into, drop it into the pan, and then I'm going to cover it with a lid. Now, as you can see, the lid is covered with cloth, and the reason being is that early on I have a flat lid pot, and during the steaming period a lot of excess condensation or water would drip down into the dessert, so I wrapped it with this towel to prevent that. It'd probably be simpler to use a pot with a rounded lid, but since I don't have one large enough for the cake pan, this is how I'm doing it. Bring it to a boil and steam it for 4 hours on low, and make sure you check the pot at least once an hour to add more water, or at least check the water. I just pulled the Nien Gao from out of the steamer. It's been in there for about 4 hours. I checked to see if it's cooked by inserting a toothpick into the Gao, and toothpick came out fairly clean, so it is cooked. I sprinkled sesame seeds over it, and it's just sitting here. It'll take about an hour for it to cool off, where then you can cut into it. What works best to cut into the Gao is a plastic knife. For whatever reason, the surface of the plastic cuts right through the Gao. Also, what also helps is prior to pouring the batter into the cake pan, use a non-stick cooking spray, which will allow the Gao to be released off the pan quite easily. So let it cool and then enjoy.